What's up, runners? I'm Coach Holly from the Run Experience, and today I have got a banded resistance workout. We are going to be using a band for the entire workout, all 4 movements. I'm going to explain the importance of doing resistance work to your running and to everything else that you do physically, and I will walk you through everything head to toe. Let's go. So this week we are using a resistance band for our entire workout. We've got 4 movements in this, but before we get started, I want to talk about why we do resistance training. Putting your body under different sorts of stress or different situations where it has to fight a little harder than just normal functioning makes you that much stronger when you go into that next run, that next strength workout, etc. You are basically creating harder situations for your body to get through so that everything else feels a little bit easier. It also makes you stronger, of course. So if you've watched any of our other videos, you know we're big fans of strength training, and that can mean in the gym with actual weight on a barbell or dumbbells, but can also be done with resistance, which I kind of love. This band weighs basically nothing. It can travel with me. It's super easy to carry, and it provides a good amount of resistance in the same way holding weight would. So for example, this one is a 65-pound band, and what that means is it can resist up to 65 pounds of pressure. So don't worry too much about that, but you're gonna use something light to medium for this workout and then adjust that based as you need. So the first movement we're gonna get into today is going to be a banded side step. You are just gonna stand on this band like this, and you're just gonna find about a hips width stance, maybe a little bit wider there. And then all depending how much slack you can get out of this band for the top, I'm just gonna pull this up. And then I am just gonna actually hold it right by my ribs here. So I'm gonna create that resistance and roll my shoulders back with the lats on. And all I'm gonna do is now step to the side. I can find a little bend in the knees if I need it, otherwise I'm gonna keep my legs straight. And I'm just going to keep the feet the same distance apart and walk back and forth. Now, a big thing with this one, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see, super tempting to let that pelvis just dip back and then lose the butt altogether and just let everything splay out because you're resisting. And what happens there is we're not working the right muscles anymore. All of a sudden, everything's falling out to the side. But if I tuck everything under and keep that core on tight, shoulders rolled back, I'm able to work the outsides of the hips and those abductors, so I'm able to get that full range of motion and work what I want to work. So I'm going to pull out to the side, keeping that the same. That is going to be the first movement. Now we are going to go into an upwards row. So you're going to find the same stance here. I might actually go even a little narrower. And I'm going to do the same distance apart with my hands. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up down the center of my body with wide elbows and go just under my chin, and then I'm going to pull down. I'm gonna pull it up like this, down. Notice I'm not pulling into my neck muscles and traps and just getting it up however I can. I'm gonna drill everything down, really squeeze through here as if I'm pressing on a surface, and then I'm gonna bring the elbows up. So you're gonna find a lot of work here through the outsides of the arms, those delts. Again, still stabilizing through the lats, just kind of a full upper body workout there. And you're gonna pull up and down like that. In the last 2 exercises, we're gonna get more into the legs. All right, movement number 3 is going to be a banded front squat. I am just gonna find that same stance. You're noticing a pattern here. And for this one, you're gonna feel like it's not gonna happen right away, but just trust the process. I promise you'll get that band up. What I'm gonna actually do is bend my knees to get a little lower to the ground, find a little more give in this band. And I'm just gonna find a high elbow shelf position here. Keeping those shoulders down, but driving the elbows up. You're gonna be wanting to just let them get pulled down here. I'm gonna keep them nice up and high like this, and also squeeze them together. So now I have nice set shoulders. I'm gonna stand it up tall. This is my starting point. From here, nothing changes besides that I'm going down into a squat. So I'm gonna keep those elbows up the whole time. Core is pulled in. I'm gonna squat down. You'll notice the resistance loosens, but I'm not gonna lose my elbows. I'm gonna keep them up. And I'm gonna drive out of the bottom, squeeze the butt at the top. Coming down, squeezing up to the top. Let me turn it to the side for you guys. Again, starting with that tight position, elbows up, chest up tall, and up. I'm trying to keep those toes pointed straight ahead, but I'm pressing my knees out to find a little resistance extra there, and squeezing up. The hardest part of this one is definitely the elbow position, because we're asking our upper backs to stay nice and tight and straight and not collapse forward. So that's the challenge there. You're also getting a little more pressure through the legs, having to explode up to the top. That is your banded front squat. All right, runners, the last thing in this workout is going to be an overhead lunge pulse. So all you are gonna do is stand just 1 foot this time on this band. You're gonna kind of use the same technique we did on that front squat to get under the resistance. All I'm gonna do is step my other foot behind, and before I even get this overhead, what I'm gonna do is just make sure that I have my balance on both feet. So I'm not right on a tightrope behind my other foot. I'm just gonna kind of be spread here to find my balance, and I'm just gonna find the bottom of a lunge, make sure I have that here. Knee is not going over the toe, like we always make sure to remind you, so keep that back, and if you need to step back a little further with that back leg, do it. This will be your base stance. Now what we're gonna do is lower a little bit. We're gonna get those elbows underneath just like you did before, and this time I'm gonna ask that you just give one big push and find that overhead position. Don't be alarmed by how much pressure is here, you're strong enough. I'm gonna have you guys stand it up and get those ribs in, belly is nice and tight to the spine. Don't let the shoulders up into the neck, keep them down here. So finding that lunge, all you're doing for this one is a little pulse at the bottom. Really small, I'm going just a couple inches down and up. I'm watching that front knee, and I am just driving those arms straight out past my ears overhead. To get out of this, you can stand up and then bring it down, step out. You'll do the same thing on the other side. Yes, that one's challenging, especially because now we've made the band as long as we possibly can, and I'm asking you to keep that core nice and stable. So it's gonna be really tempting to splay out with the ribs here, or just hunch over and not be able to fight that resistance. But goal here is pushing out of the heel and the toe and really keeping a strong core. So guys, for this workout, you are going to be working for 1 minute increments and then resting for 30 seconds. So on those side steps, make sure you're either going 30 seconds one way and then 30 seconds the other, or just alternating on every step. For everything else, it's gonna be very straightforward. You're just doing the movement for the minute. For the last one, on those lunge pulses, you have the option. You can either do 30 seconds one side, 30 on the other, or you can do a full minute on one side and a full minute on the other. That's up to you, how much pain you wanna be in. Remember to make use of those rests, and like always, we're working on good form here. So how stable can you make that core? How much can you get out of this workout and against this resistance set on the next thing you do, you're that much stronger and more capable. Good luck. You've got 3 to 5 rounds of this, all depending on what you're up for. If you're not running or anything that day, and this is the only workout you're doing, maybe challenge yourself to that higher round, maybe towards that 4 or 5 mark. And of course, if you've got other stuff going on that day, maybe use this as more of an accessory piece, 2 to 3 rounds. Good luck on that workout. Thanks for going through that workout with me. If you're looking for more like it, there are a lot more where that came from. I have a 2-week quick start program you can check out. That's 2 free weeks of workouts around running, strength training, mobility and injury prevention, and all you have to do to check that out is click the link down in the description or in this video, and we will send you those workouts when you just put your name and email in. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up down below. If you have any comments or questions specifically around resistance training and ways you can kind of implement it into your routine a little bit more, drop that in the comments. And subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss a beat with our videos. We have new stuff coming out every single week. We want you to see those, and we want them to work for you. So hit that subscribe button. I will catch you guys in the next workout or video. I will see you then.